Let's welcome now Paul Coggins, former U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Paul, it's great to have you. This report, the result of 260 interviews, nearly 15,000 documents and videos. The Justice Department blaming failures of leadership, decision-making, tactics, policy, and training for this delayed and passive response. When you're talking about 21 people killed, 19 of them children, and you're talking about no active shooter training, as Ali mentioned, no command center, what consequences, if any, do you think we'll see as a result of these findings?
Well, I mean, that's a great question because that's really not addressed in this 575-page report. The Justice Department did it based upon a request by the mayor, but they don't really decide, who should be charged, if anyone should be charged here, who should be fired, who should be let go, who should be, disciplined. So that remains to be seen. And there are 3 investigations still being conducted. DPS is still conducting an investigation. The Uvalde district attorney is conducting an investigation, and the city attorney has an independent investigation. So what we learned from this report is a lot more detail, but really no new bombshells. And those families, you can see, how wrenching it is for them, and they're waiting for consequences, for some accountability at this point. Whether it comes in the form of, firings, whether it comes in the form of charges, or whether it comes in the form of lawsuits, it's been a long time coming. And quite frankly, our system is really not set up that well to charge people with failure to act. We're used to seeing cases where police officers are charged with acting, with, violence against individuals that's unwarranted. But failure to act, such as what we had here, we had hundreds of officers and agents on the scene, many within minutes, and it took them 77 minutes to confront the shooter. So there is a statute. If you have a duty to act, dereliction of duty. But if I were a betting man, I wouldn't bet that the DA is going to bring any charges, or if they brought charges, that those charges would stick, because it's really a tough case to make.
Paul, something that stood out to me, investigators concluded that the most significant failure was the decision by local police officials to classify this incident, and Ali mentioned this, as a barricaded standoff rather than an active shooter situation. What do you think may have led to that determination at the time?
Well, clearly you hit the nail on the head. There are 2 huge issues. That's one of them. The other is, and Ali mentioned this, failure to establish command and control, failure for anyone to step up and make the decision. But I think it does go back to training. This was an active shooter situation that was treated as a barricaded, subject investigation. And when you've got a barricaded subject, you can wait hours, you can wait days, you can wait them out. But when you've got an active shooter situation, you have to move immediately. And nobody stood up and made that call. Now, whether it was because of misreading the situation or just frankly not wanting to face an AR-15, which, most people can understand the fear of running into a burning building, the fear of running into an active shooter situation. That remains the question, I think, in most people's mind. How much of this was frankly based on not wanting to confront an AR-15 style rifle, which is what they confronted here.
And those answers are critical, so important, not only to the families, but for the rest of the country as well. Paul Coggins, thank you for your insight.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.